So we'll start basic Excel today. So today and tomorrow we are going to complete the Excel basics. So firstly, this Excel is like almost like a data collection. You can say that how you have a book. So in case a Kirana store, what would Kirana store do on daily basis? So whatever sales he has done, so he will have his own columns like the serial number, next would be the product, and the next would be the price, and next would be quantity. So what those people used to do earlier, they used to have in book. So in book they used to write in it was handy. So they used to put on the serial number and the product name, like something like rice, and he would talk about the price, it would be 12, and quantity something around one, two quantity. Two means something like 2 kg, something like that. So in that way he used to have uh, a series of sheets for daily basis. So maybe monthly he might finish that book, and if monthly he is having each book, so imagine at the end of the year he is having 12 books. So in case if he wants to review imagine from Jan to December he has all the books where he can see what all sales he has done. So someone is asking for the month of March, so he wants to know what all sales were in the month of March. Now he has to search for the book, and that is little tidy work, so untidy work that he has to go and search. Maybe he might have lost the book as well. So to have stability in whatever data they are having, so in that way, earlier Excel came with only less features. So at that time, you could only save the data in the form of tabular form. So whatever data you save in tabular form, that is Excel. So, uh, so what I'm trying to say is they made it easy in such a way that even if you want any month of, so imagine this sheet is only for the month of May. So we'll name this sheet as right now it is named as book one. So we'll name it as something around March month, and sheets will name it as uh, month as the day. So this will be one, this will be two, three, four, something like 30 days. So in March we have 31 days. So sheets will have 31 sheets. So in that way, if it's easy for us to search when it is in when it is in on computer, the soft copy we have. So even if it gets deleted or else it get replaced, something like that, still we can have the copy of it saved somewhere in the Gmail or something like that. So in this way we can save many copies. So now this Excel has become easy for people to handle, and the main purpose of Excel is to store data. Okay, so earlier we had Excel. Now people came up with MS Access as well. It is also to save data. Next we have SQL. So SQL server, SQL is also MySQL we call it. So even that is for saving the data. And most of the people use right now is SQL Server. So why I'm naming this, because Excel can hold a amount of data. Okay, so a Kirana store or else storing small company data, this Excel is fine. If it is little bit huge, so people use MS Access. If it is little more huge, people will use SQL. And something like a huge data occurring on daily basis, hourly basis, so they need to have a huge database. So for that they use SQL Server. So you can on the screen you can see A, B, C, D, E, F. So what are all this? These are all called as columns. So column A, column B, column C, column D. So you should remember that whatever columns are there, and they are in alphabetical. So people get confused what is columns and what are rows. So rows are numbers. So here this is row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4, row 5. So it carries on. So you should remember that whatever people get confused what are rows and columns. So rows are numbers and columns are alphabets. Okay, in that way you people uh, try to understand that all the alphabets are columns and numbers are rows. So see here, the first one is a column and row 1. So that's the reason this this cell is called as A1. So all these things. So we can go here till P, but you can drag it. If you go till here, it will become Z and then A, B, A, C. So it will go on. So you can have as much as you want, but if you have data in the form of columns, it will be really huge. So even if you want to drag this way, it would not be easy for us. So you cannot view the data at once. You need to scroll it. But if it in the row format, in the where columns are less and rows are more, then it is easy for us to see. So what I'm trying to tell you is these small boxes are called as cell. Okay, collection of cells is a Excel sheet. So these are all cells. So example, if I'm having H, okay, so someone is saying that I want during the formulas when we work, you will be using this type of now this cell names. Cell names are important at that time, but I'll tell you later on about this. So this one is H12, this one is L3. So you need to get familiar with all this now. I'm not saying that you should mug up something like that. No, it's only that when whichever cell you click, check the column and check the row. That is the number of that cell. So something like D7. Now this is B3. So that's what I want to tell you. So let's imagine like Word has done for you, but I'll tell you how to save a file. Okay. So example, if I'm saving this file, okay, so the product is something like rice and price I'll have it something around 12 rupees and 2 kg, something like that. Meanwhile, okay, now if I want to save the file, so when you click on file, so new is to create new worksheet. Okay, open is to create, open is to you when we click on open if you want to open the existing file. So this is one existing file. If I click on open, it will give me some names which are already existing in my computer. Next is save. We use save when you're working on the existing sheet. Okay, save as, we click on save as when you're working on the new sheet and you're trying to save for the first time. So for the first time save, you select save as, and if you're working on existing one, at that time you should you just need to click on save. So for save we have a shortcut key that is Control S. So that is what you can do. And when you click on new, Microsoft Excel is giving us some of the templates. So imagine you're you're at office right now and someone is like, create a weekly attendance report right now. So right now, if he says it is difficult for you to create it in 1 or 2 minutes, but here we already have the attendance report sheet just in emergency. So if you just click on create, you will get that attendance sheet. So see, here it is. This is what attendance is like. You can create similar sheet, but I'll tell you in the later stages. But this is what I'm trying to tell you, that we can make use of new if you don't have time with you. So there are many, something like academic calendar. So invoice. So you can create your own invoice for your company, something like that, in case if you are in urgency, or else you can create your own. So as I told you, these are columns and these are rows. Okay. So let's go with um, inserting data, deleting data, inserting a row, deleting a row, and next I'll tell you about yes. So serial number, product, quantity. Meanwhile, we'll take simple quantity. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, and the product is rice. in this way we are having, if you are having a table. Okay, now I'll put on the price as well. Meanwhile, this is the small table. Okay, this is the small table. So now you see, this is serial, this is the column. The column we have is serial number, product, quantity, and price. Okay, and these are all rows. One first row, this second, third. Okay, so what I'm trying to tell you is, imagine now this is a small table. Okay, imagine this, there are around 120 products. So, and you need to type all the serial number over here, 120 till 120. You need, till 120 you are supposed to type all these numbers, but it is a headache to go on till 150 because you might miss some number. So there is a shortcut for it to create serial numbers in sequence. So example, 1 2 3 you want it till 150. So what you need to do is, you need to select these at once. Okay, select this once, and you can see a small square box over here. You need to place the mouse over there, and you need to drag it till wherever you want. So as I told you, I want it till 150. So I'll drag it till 150. See, you will get serial numbers automatically till 150. Okay, now imagine you want odd numbers. Okay, so what you are supposed to do is, the first number should be in sequence and the second number should be the preceding number. So what is the difference between 1 and 2? The difference is 2 minus 1 is 1. Okay, so if you're having over here 3, so the difference between these is 2. 3 minus 1, 2. So when you drag it, you will get all the even numbers, all the odd numbers. See, so things are starting from 1 3 5 7 9 1. Got it? So similar way, imagine, instead of this we have a new table which is employee ID, employee name. Meanwhile, I'll just name it as name, and their salary and location. So employee ID. So uh, imagine, as you are a student, so even you have some student ID, something like that. So imagine if it is a TCS company. So TCS company will have the code as TCS, and then there will be a number to it. So something like 121. Okay, and name is like Mahesh, and salary is like 15,000. Location is Hyderabad. Okay, Hyderabad. Now see here, the Hyderabad is not fitting within the cell. So what you can do here is, you can just bring the mouse between D and E. So there is a separator. You just need to click and drag it aside. So it is within that cell right now. Now imagine, my name is not just Mahesh. My name is Mahesh Prakash. Okay. Now see, I cannot see my complete name. Okay. Maybe I'm the only. Okay. So TCS. Okay. Next is TCS 122. So if I select this, it will come in serial order only. See, 122, 123, 124, 126. It will go on till whichever name you want. So I'll have some names. Kishore, Mike. Okay. Meanwhile, I'll have four. I'll have some salaries, and all are from Hyderabad. Okay. So if you want to select the same name for everywhere, like what I did for Hyderabad, you just need to select here and drag it. So that thing will be for everywhere. So what I'm trying to tell you is, make, see, Excel is not for hard work. Okay. Excel is to make your things simple. Okay. So if there is something like the table you have, and the location is all similar. Don't keep on typing Hyderabad, Hyderabad. You just need to select that. There you can see a small square box, green. Just drag it till wherever you want. I want it till here. Everybody is from Hyderabad. Done. Okay. Now imagine, see, as I told you that earlier Hyderabad is not fitting in the cell. So what I did, I just dragged it this way. Now, see, my name is so huge, Mahesh Prakash Suntike. Okay, and now this is not fixing within the required cell. So as I told you what I did for Hyderabad, the same thing I'll do for this as well. But there is a small issue over here. Thing is, only my name is huge enough. Remaining others as just single. So what you can do is, instead of dragging so much, and this table would look odd as well because I'm the only one who is having three names in a single name and remaining everyone is having one name. So what you can do is, let it be the same way. There is something called as merge. So what merge will do is, merge will forcefully fit my complete name within this cell, and it will be visible as well. See here, it says merge and center. Just give me a second. Wrap text. So wrap text. See, what does wrap text say? Wrap extra long text into multiple lines so you can see it all of it. See all of it. So when I select the cell and when I go on wrap text, see. Now my complete name is visible within that single cell. I'm not spoiling the design of the table as well. If you don't do it in that way, now if you drag it, it's taking lot of space. Maybe you want to make it print as well. So maybe if there are many columns in that print, it won't look nice and it won't be in a specified manner. So you can click on wrap text. So wrap, what it will do, it will forcefully make the cell visible in such a way that everything is visible at the same time. So you can see all the multiple lines at the same time. See, that is what merge will do. Okay. Now this table is for TCS company. Okay. Now imagine this person is not here. Okay. Imagine the table is in this way. Okay. Now you forgot to add 1 to 5, 1 to 4, the TCS 1 to 4. In hurry, you forgot to enter that. So there is something called as insert. Insert cell, row or column. Insert insert cell means inserting a new cell. Inserting sheet means insert sheet rows means we are inserting a row, and insert sheet column means you're inserting a column. So I'll tell you an example. Okay. Now TCS 1 to 5 is missing. So what I'll do, I'll select this row, right click on it, and it says insert. So when I click on insert, a new row will be added. See, a new row is added. I'll enter TCS 124 and I'll name it Hyderabad. Okay. So that is the way you can add a new row. Next is if you want to add a new column. Okay. So employee is there, name is here, see, salary is here, location is here. Now maybe your boss is saying he wants email ID as well. Now in the end, email ID, he is saying that I don't want in this manner. He's saying he want employee ID name, then he wants the email ID, then salary and location. So what you can do, you can add a new column. How can you add? Select the cell, select the column, right click on it, and you will see insert. So when you click on insert, you will get a new column. So over here you can say email ID. So that's the way you can add email ID. Now you can add email ID as they have mentioned over there. So email ID will always have a link to it. Okay, that also I'll tell you later. So meanwhile, so what all we have done? We have done adding rows, adding columns, merge, wrap text, and now I'll tell you about merge as well. So if you have any doubts, you can ask me right
Sir,
now.
once again, say wrap text, sir.
I didn't get you.
Wrap text.
So wrap text, okay.
Mhm.
I told you what does wrap text do is if you have a huge name, okay, something like if the see, okay, so I'll show you over here, okay. So imagine somebody's name is Rashmi Verma, okay, okay, Rashmi Verma, or else wait, I'll show you here itself, okay, Rashmi Verma, Kishore Kumar, and Sushma Reddy, okay. Now this is the way it is, okay. I'll remove this. Wrap text means it is forcefully making the cell fit with the complete text. Okay. Now see here, my name is Mahesh Prakash Untake, but it's not visible on the cell completely. So what I'm trying to tell you is wrap text, what it will do is, see, it says wrap text, wrap extra long text into multiple lines. So what is saying Mahesh Prakash Untake, he'll make it into multiple lines and it will make it visible at once as well. Now here it is not visible. See, my name is Prakash and Sonteke is not visible in this cell. So when I select that cell and click on wrap text, it is making that thing visible and in multiple lines. That is what I'm saying. Did you get that?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So you and what about adding new rows and new columns? So did you get that as well? So we'll move forward with it. Okay. Now next is merging. Merge name itself says merging means you're merging something, adding two things at a time. So that is called as merge. So imagine uh, now we have a table. Okay, what I'm trying to tell you is how to work with merge. So this is of TCS. So I want to have a heading or heading above which says TCS. Okay, so I'm adding a new row and I'll name it as TCS employee table. See, now I've entered in the cell, but I don't want in this manner. I want this to be a complete cell. So at that time, you can select all the cells at once and click on merge and center. So what it will do is it will merge these five cells into one cell and make the TCS table, TCS employee table name visible within that cell itself. See, now see this five cells I've added into one. So everything, all the cells are right now into one cell. See, right now it is named as A1 as well. Where is B1, B2, C1, D1, E2? They are all in this A1 itself. You can divide it as well. You can go to the same place and click on merge and center. It will bring you back to the same design. So what I'm trying to tell you is merge will add two cells or two or more cells into one single cell. So that is called as merge. Got it? If anybody has doubt regarding merge, they can ask me right now itself. So I can make you things here as well. So imagine these are the two cells. I want to add these two cells. Okay. Now these two cells, I can add it by making it merge and center. So when I click on merge and center, these two cells will become one single cell. If you want to go back to the same thing that you want two separate cells, you can click on the same thing and it will be gone. That's it about merge and center. So merge and center merge across, merge cells, and unmerge means you're making merge cells into unmerged. So when I click on here, click on this already merged cells, I just go and click on unmerge cells, it will unmerge itself. Got it? That is what is about uh, merge cells. Okay. Now next thing is about alignment. Okay. Alignment means you're making your Excel sheet look perfect. Okay. Now see, I'll drag this. I'll make it little bit huge so that you can understand what's the use of. Can you please mute your. Excuse me, can you mute?
Anmol.
Okay. So now I'll explain you about alignment. Okay. The word alignment itself says you that things should be in aligned manner. Aligned manner means appropriately within a single page or single line or a single cell. Okay. So alignment. Okay. Now, so let's take a new sheet and I'll tell you over here. See. Now, see, my name is on the left corner and in the bottom of a cell. Okay. Now there might be a requirement that you want the name here in the center, middle and center. So with this alignments, you can bring it to middle and center. See here. This is top align. When you click on top, so the Mahesh word will go on the top of the cell. See, and this is middle align. So it will be on the middle. And this is bottom. So first three alignments are top, middle, bottom. And the next three are left. It's already on left. This is center and this is right. So these alignments are top, middle, bottom, left, center, and right. This is what alignment is about. Now see in this sheet. Okay. This sheet, when I drag it, so you can see things are all in left. Okay. Here also, here only the salary is on left, but the numbers are in right. Here email ID is on left, even this email ID is in left. Here the name is on left. Okay. Most of the things are in the left. See, most of the things are in left, but I don't want things to be in the left. I want everything to be in the middle and center. So at that time, what I'll do, I'll select the complete table. Okay, this is the complete table. I'll click on middle and I'll click on center. See, now this table little bit looks aligned. See, everything is aligned right now. It's in middle and center. Got it? If anybody has a doubt here, they can. So is there any doubt about alignment? So we can move ahead.
No doubt, sir.
Okay, thank you. So alignment is done. Next we have something called as if you're most of the people are familiar with font as well, but still I'll guide you. So this is the text. Okay, so if you want the text to be in a particular manner, so most of the people professionally people use Times Roman or Calibri. So you can select Time Roman for meanwhile. Times Roman. So this is the way right now the table is looking. This capital A is to increase the font size. So if you want to increase the font size, I want the uh, heading to be in the capital letters. So and little bit huge so that it is visible enough. So this capital A is for increasing the font size. This is to decrease the font size. You can increase the font size with the help of this drop down as well. B is to make the header or any cell or any word in the bold manner. This is italic, so it will be a little bit slant. This is to underline. So if I want to underline this text, which is heading, so I can underline with one. If you want to underline with double underline, also you can select this. Now, this is also important. This is borders. Okay. Now see my cell. It doesn't look. If you want to design your cell, okay. Professionally, people don't design it, but still you can have it design manner in black and white, or else not with colors, but only with the borders. Okay. So this borders we have bottom border, top border. So I'll tell you here. Okay. So see this cell is empty right now. It has Mahesh, the name in it. I'll make it middle and center. Now see, there are no borders over here, but when I select bottom border, you will get a border at this cell. See, bottom. See, there is a border. The borderline came. Next is top border. See, top border came. Left border, you got a left border as well. And here we have right border. See, in this way you can have borders. Okay. Now the same thing what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it over here. Okay. Now see, okay. I'll make the table small so that you can see the screen at once. Okay, so this is the table. Now we can add borders to it. So what I'm going to do is I will select the complete table from here. I'll leave the heading and I'll make it all borders. So all borders means this complete cell, the complete table will have borders to it. See, now this table looks little bit good enough. And when you're trying to print as well, even in print, it will be in this manner. See, okay. Now if you don't have borders, see how would you get in print? See, get it? So if you have borders in print, you can have in a precise manner. So you can have the borders which will at least represent as your table. See here. Now when I click on all borders, and now when I go and select print, in print you can see the borders as well. So without border it looks distorted, but if you have borders, it will look presentable as well. So that's all about font. In font we have borders. Okay, so you can also practice all these things. This is draw border. So it's nothing but you're making yourself draw the borders on your own. Okay, see here, borders, draw borders. See, this is what you're doing when you click on draw borders. So instead of making use of draw borders, you can directly make use of all borders. So when you click on all borders, you'll get borders all over the cell. If you select the complete table and say no borders, no border, so your border will go off. Got it? And here we have theme color. So we can also design it in a manner, all borders. And now I want the heading to be in some color. So heading is in this format, and all these things should be in red. So this is what you can do, but keep it as simple as possible, because professionally Excel is for college purpose or something like that, you can make use of all the colors, but professionally you can make use of only three colors, that is red, black, and green and yellow. These are the only colors you are supposed to use as a professional, but it's up to you. You can use as many colors as you want. See, here there are many colors, but professionally they use only green to make things correct. So there is a representation as well for the colors. Okay, red is something which is on hold, green yellow is something which is on in process, and green is like completed. So this is the representation for colors, and black is the color that you can use it for font. That's it. So background color are only these three colors which you can use professionally, but it's up to you. You can use whichever you want. Next is insert, delete, and format. Okay, now imagine your HR is asking how much salaries, how much total salary is TCS paying for this 9 members. Okay, you can see 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. There are, yes, there are 8 members. They are not 9, but there are 8 members. Okay, so imagine TCS HR is asking how much salary completely we are paying for this 8 members. Okay, so now you cannot sit on calculator using calculator and doing it in front of it. Just because it is 8, you can make use of calculator, and you can finish it in seconds. But in Excel we make use of formulas. Okay, now this formula is very easy. Okay, first I'll explain you with small example. Okay, 2 and 3. Okay, we can write a formula in such a way that you need to remember the cells as well. So this, now I'll come to new sheet. So new sheet, it will be easy for you people to understand. Okay, so imagine I have here 2 3. Okay, I want to add these two numbers. Okay, so what I'll do in Excel, formula always starts with the symbol equal to. You should remember that the formula will always start with equal to symbol. See, equal to. The moment you click equal to on the cell, on an empty cell, Excel will come to know that this person is going to perform some calculation operation or some formula. Okay, so when you click equal to, now you need to select the number. So this is the number 2, but the number 2 is in which cell? B2. When you select this number, you will get,
B2 plus B3, sir.
yes, it's good that you know, but for others I'm explaining. Okay, so this is how addition is done. Okay, now when it is simple formula, it is fine. Okay, but imagine here we have, okay, so now here we have 8 members. So what you are supposed to do is you can select equal to and select all these things and press enter. But this thing is not happening because you are not selecting. You cannot select 2 3 items, you can select, but not the complete cell. So for that, you can say equal to, and there is a number called, there is a formula called as sum. Click on sum. Now you can select the complete cells and close the bracket and press enter. You will get the complete thing. Now the formula is sum, equal to sum, and selecting whatever rows you have. Okay, now in future, if someone is changing the salary uh, of the person whose name is Kishore, so someone is saying changing the salary to 18,000, still the formula will work, because the formula is not with respect to the numbers, it is with respect to the cell what we have selected. Now I'll show you with the new table as well. Quantity and price. Meanwhile, we'll take just five elements like rice, wheat, book. Okay. So here some quantity as two, 6, 3, 4, books as 3, and I'm naming the price. Okay. So the one. So these are the single quantity price, and this is the quantity. Okay. So in the end, I want to know the total amount what I'm supposed to pay that person. Okay. So what I'm doing, I'm putting some total variables. Total. Okay. Now I want all the numbers to be here. So I want to know what's the total of it. So how will you come to know? So you need to have a total column over here. Okay. The formula is equal to
Sum.
not sum. That's the problem. So we are supposed to do here multiplication. Quantity into
Product, sir.
price. Now I just need to drag it till here. So all the simple work is done for me, and I need to make a total over here equal to sum. And select this complete thing, close the bracket, hit enter. So this is 184. I'm supposed to pay him 184. So those people who didn't get it, they can ask me, I will run this once again. So what I'm trying to do is, instead of putting the formula here, okay, how will you calculate the total quantity into price? So equal to quantity into price. Okay, into price and click enter. So we'll get the total. But what I'm doing is I'm not calculating total over here. I'm just dragging this. So when you drag, the formula will get accumulated by the other cells as well. See, 15 into 2 is 30, 6 into 10 is 60, 4 into 5 is 20, 3 into 18 is 54. Now over here in the end, I'll put sum because I need to add this 5 elements. Drag it, close the bracket, enter. That's it. So this is how we do. So for multiplication, it's equal to select the cell which you want to multiply into the multiplier. That's it. The same way you can do division as well. Select the cell, divide by another cell. That is how we can do multiplication, and this is how we can do total. Okay. So next thing is about next thing I'll tell you about macros. Okay. Macros is important. Just listen carefully. This is important for people who are working on daily basis. Okay. So imagine there's a simple question which I'm asking. Anyone can answer. So if you are attending a wedding, so and a person is supposed and no, imagine somebody got it's a wedding. Okay, now the wedding is done, and so day after tomorrow or something like a month, a relative of your visits to your place, and he says that can you please tell me how the wedding was, and can you please show me what exactly and what you had done during the wedding. So what is the proof of all those things? The proof is some video or else photograph. Okay, but when you are supposed to click the photograph or video, when when the wedding is happening. Okay, so when the wedding is happening, at that time you are supposed to take the videos and photos. You cannot click the videos and photos after the wedding. After the wedding, it's useless. How will you tell that the wedding was in this manner? So macros is also the same way. You have to record the macros when you are performing some task, and then that macros you can use for another purpose. Okay. Now see here. Listen this carefully. Okay. Okay. In view, we have macros. Okay. Now imagine this is Reliance Fresh. Okay. This is Reliance Fresh. Okay. On daily basis, I am doing some calculations. Okay. What type of calculations? The sales what I have done today. Okay. So tomorrow also I'll have the same thing, and day after tomorrow also the same thing. I'm going to calculate whatever sales has been done today, and what on daily basis I'll do that. Whatever sales has been done today, I'll calculate, and how much amount is been generated today. I'll make that work every day on daily basis. Okay. So imagine this is today's sheet. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm running the macros. Okay. Record macros. When you click on record macros, you will see over here the ready is there, right? Over here the mouse where I've placed the mouse cursor, there you will see a square box, gray square box, which means that the recording started. See, record macros, and now it is asking for a macro name, so I'm giving it like calculation. Okay. Shortcut key means almost like how we have for control s is for save. The same way for this macro I can name it as control M. Okay. Calculating, description is calculating. It's very easy, but just listen it carefully. Calculating total. I clicked on OK. The moment I click on OK, see here there is a small gray box which says the macro is currently recording. So what macro will do is, now see, I've started my work. Right now I'm doing the work. This is the table, but I'm calculating the things right now. Equal to quantity into price, enter, dragging this till here, and I want total over here equal to sum, enter, 184. So my today's work is done. This is a simple example. Just listen to the example. Today's work is done now. So I'll stop recording. Done. Now I'll come tomorrow, open a new sheet. Okay. Okay. So random numbers, quantity I'm putting. Okay. Their price is water bottle is 20, sanitizer is 15, helmet is mouse is 150, keyboard is for 200. Now see, so the table is similar, but the product list and quantity and the price is different. See here, the table is almost same, but the quantity, the product names and the quantity and the price are different. Now, as you remember, I've told you that macros is there. So we have already recorded the macros. So what I'm going to do, I'll click on view macros. Our macros is already there. So what I'm doing is I'll just run the macros, and the moment I run the macros, all the calculations will be done for me. See, I didn't do anything. I just clicked on, I just ran that macros. So what macros will do is it will save the formula and whatever calculations we have done in the macros. and it will work on the similar type of table. So if you're working on the similar type of table with the internal data with different data, so at that time it will work within a few seconds. You can do daily basis work within a few seconds. So that's the work of macros. So we'll wind up with this, and tomorrow we'll cover most of the things.